Hey guys, welcome back to Pickin' Greens. It's your boy Picky, and you already know we got a fire two-piece slapper. If you're new to the page, welcome. We give away 2 free picks every single day. Yep, every single day. And we got VIP picks that we send to our VIP clients. But before we give these free picks out, you already know we got to see what we did last time. We took Arch Manning over the promo 239.5 yards. He slapped. And we took Travis Hunter over the 7.5 receptions. He barely let us down. And when I mean let us down, he let us down. Hey, but if you guys watched that game, it was an incredible match. But I'll tell you, he let us down. I had him in my VIP. I was guaranteeing he was going to get that. Honestly, I was guaranteeing. You can see here, I had him in a couple other VIP plays. Here, he lost this play here, and he lost this play here. So that kind of broke my heart, but guess what? We still absolutely crushed on our weekend pass again. It sold out again, and everybody who paid for it made money. You can see here, this is one of the plays that we cashed on. Miles Price, Diego Pavia, we got K-Ron and Max. They all cashed for me on that play. Anthony and Kelly cashed on this play for me. And Caleb, Shador, Dylan, and Jackson, they all cashed on this play for me as well. We made money. We had another play. I mixed them up. I had to put that Caleb and Anthony with Keller. We mixed it up. Rodell did not play, so we didn't get the whole 10X. We got a 5X, so that was a DNP. But we absolutely killed on our college one-day pass. Hey, if you guys want next week pass, I'm doing the same thing. It's only for the first. I'm selling 100 passes, but the first 50 passes is 80% off. Usually the day pass is $100, so if you want to get it now, because they sold out both of the last 2 weeks, and we absolutely crushed both weeks. And if you guys want the NFL Daily Pass, it's 50% off today. Link is below. All right, guys, let's get to this first pick. Our first pick today is David Montgomery. You see it. We're going David Montgomery, and we're going over his rushing and receiving touchdowns. The line is 0.5, and we're going over. The RotoWire projection is over, and the hit rate has been going over as well. Now, on Underdog and Prizepicks, the line is 0.5, but you can see here, the RotoWire projection is 0.62. Now, the weighted hit rate is 76% over the last 20 games. Over the last 5 games, he's hitting at 80%, and over the last 10 games, he's 70%. For the season, he's 100% for the season. Now, we can check out a little bit more data if we click on his name here. Season stats, he's had 28 attempts, 126 yards with 2 touchdowns, and receiving, 37 yards receiving. Last game, he rushed 11 times for 35 yards and a touchdown, and he caught 4 passes for 35 yards. They lost 20-16 to the Buccaneers. You already know, we got to dig deep in Outlier. All right, guys, we're in Outlier, and we got David Montgomery. The line is 0.5, and we're going over. You can see here the last 5 games, he's 80% over the last 5 games. And again, I love Outlier. Outlier's graphs are amazing. They give you all of the information you need to make your winning plays. Now, again, against Tampa Bay last week, he went over, and LA, he went over. So both games this year, he went over. We got some supporting stats down here. Last game, he had overall 4 red zone plays, 3 attempts, and 1 target. And against LA, he had overall 4 red zone attempts. We're an Outlier, so you already know. We got insights. David Montgomery has exceeded 0.5 touchdowns in 7 of his last 8 games, averaging 0.9 touchdowns a game. Now, you can see here the breakdown of Detroit's offense. They're averaging about 60% pass plays and about 40% running plays. And we can check the target share breakdown here. You can see David Montgomery, he has the bulk of the target share. He's at 48% with 28 attempts, and Gibbs isn't too far behind with 24 attempts at 41% of the target share when it comes to rushing. Now, Goff, he's had 3 attempts this season at a 5% target share. All right, now we can do red zone rushing attempts. We can see here David Montgomery, 7 rushing attempts in the red zone, and Gibbs has 6 attempts rushing in the red zone. But if you've been watching the games, you can see Gibbs' rushing attempts is more between the 20 and the 15, and David is more between the 5 and the actual end zone. So you can take that into account when you're thinking about David actually getting to the end zone. Now we can look over here and see key information. Arizona overall stopping touchdowns. They're ranked 21st, so they're at the bottom tier in the league in regards to stopping touchdowns overall. But when we get to running backs, they're a little bit better, right? They're the top 5 in the league when it comes to running backs, stopping the running backs from scoring their touchdown. Now, it's a very small portion size. We only got 2 games, so it's not a lot we can go off of that, but just giving you guys an example of how to use Outlier to do your research. Now, the web maps, I love the web maps. They give you a great idea of how to compare the teams and see where they're similar and what teams has advantages in what areas, right? So we can see passing yards, they're pretty similar. You know, we got Detroit, 524 passing yards, and we got Arizona with 404 passing yards. Now, Arizona last game, it seems like their passing game was kind of upped a little bit. It seemed like they're getting their chemistry up a little bit, so that's something to consider. I do like the rookie Marvin Harrison Jr. in regards to going over. It seems like he's, finally found his connection with his quarterback. Now, third down efficiency, we got Arizona a little bit better, about 60% when it comes down to converting on third down. And red zone efficiency, unfortunately, Detroit hasn't been that good in terms of converting in the red zone. They're only 27% this year, and Arizona is 62% when it comes to converting in the red zone. We can look down here and compare the teams a little bit more. We can see, let's compare the offenses. Let's do offense versus offense so we kind of know what's going on. Offensively, Detroit's ranked number 16th, averaging 21 points a game, and offensively, the Cardinals is ranked number 2, averaging 34 points a game. When it comes to first downs, Detroit's ranked number 2, 23.5 first downs, and Arizona's ranked number 7. And again, I'm just going through these stats so you can see how much information they give you to make sound decisions. I'll reiterate, you really got to be watching the games the first half of the season, or at least the first 4 games of the season, to kind of see how the game scripts, how the coaches are playing, how the offensive coordinators are playing, kind of what the coaches' dynamics are to make sound decisions. And that's kind of what I do all day, every day. All right. So, defensively, we can see the defenses. Arizona's ranked 16th defensively, and so far Detroit's ranked 11th defensively. These numbers will drastically change week by week for the first few weeks of the season. The record so far, Detroit's 1-1, Arizona's 1-1 as well. And where the money's going, all right, the money line, we got 70% of the bets going on Detroit, 30% going on Arizona, and the money, 50% of the money, 55% of the money is going on Arizona, and 45% is going on Detroit. Now, when it comes to the spread, the number of bets, 59% of the bets are going on Arizona, and 53% when it comes to the money on the spread, 53% is going on Arizona as well. So with all that being said, we're going David Montgomery over 0.5 touchdowns. Lock it in. All right, guys, before we get to the next pick, you already know I got to give you a moment to hit that subscribe button and hit that like. It really is just a pat on the back for me to say, hey, dude, I appreciate you making the video, and it really helps push this content out to more people. Hey, I also got to show love to RotoWire and Outlier. They are the go-to kings when it comes to research and data analysis. As you can see, we use these bad boys every single video. They are our go-to data analysis, and they're giving you a free trial. You heard it, a free trial. All you have to do is click the link below, both apps, either app you want, or both apps. Do your research before you put your bets in. Click the links below, and you get a free app. No credit card required. Now, Dabble, they're giving you $25 just for signing up. So you can put this play that I'm giving you today, put it on Dabble, put $10, put $25 in, right? I say put the $25 that they give you, put the play on Dabble, triple up, right? So that's an easy $75. Now, better, they give you $200 first deposit bonus. Once you use code Picky, put $200 in, they're going to flip that to $400 to play with. And Chalkboard, they're doing the same, but they're doing it with $100. Use code Greens. All right, guys, let's get to our second pick. Our second pick today is Jaylen Warren. You see it. We're going Jaylen Warren, and we're going over his 6.5 rushing attempts. Now, the pick'em sites project he's going over. The sports books project he's going over as well. And that RotoWire projection is over. You can see here the hit rate he's been slapping pretty consistently. Now, the line is 6.5 across the board. All the sports books and the pick'em sites have him at the 6.5. You can see here the RotoWire projection 7.10, and the hit rate 83% weighted hit rate. Over the last 5 games he's 80%, and over the last 10 games he's 90% over the last 10 games. And for the season he's 50-50, but it's only been 2 games. The hit rate, the weighted hit rate is 83% over the last 20 games. Over the last 5 games, he's 80%. And over the last 10 games, he's 90%. Over the last 20 games, he's 75%. And for the season, he's 50-50. All right, let's click on his name and get some more stats. All right, Jaylen, for this season, he's had 11 attempts, 49 yards. In receiving, he's had 32 yards receiving. Last game, he rushed the ball 9 times, 42 yards, in the 13-16 win over the Broncos. He also had 2 targets for 19 yards. But you guys already know, we got to dig deep in Outlier. All right, guys, we're in Outlier, and we got Jaylen Warren. The line is 16.5, and we're going over the rushing attempts. Now, you can see here at the graph, we're at 80% over the last 5 games. And over the last 10 games, you see he's slapping at 90% over the last 10 games. That's an incredible number. Now, that doesn't automatically give you the green light to take the bet, but it gives you a good indication on some props that you should be looking at if the percentage is 90% over the last 10 games. Now, head-to-head, no head-to-head, 2024 season, we've only had 2 games. And over the 2023 season, you can see he actually dominated when it came to over 6.5 rushing attempts a game. Now, we got some supporting stats we can come down here and see. Let's do the supporting stats over the last 10 games. Not the last season, over the last 10 games. Over the last 10 games, you can see he's averaging 8.8 rushing attempts a game, and he's in the game for about 62 plays a game. Now, again, we're an Outlier, so we got insights. Jaylen Warren has exceeded 6.5 rushing attempts in 12 out of his last 13 games, averaging 9.5 rushing attempts a game. Now, you can see Pittsburgh breakdown, they're passing 38% of the time, and they're running 62% of the time. They're a run-heavy team. Now, Justin Fields, he's a quarterback that's still in progress of improvement in terms of his passing game. He's pretty improved from his rookie season, but still has some room to improve. So they're definitely run heavy, so that definitely gives a thumbs up in regards to leaning on their running backs. Now, you got to understand, we can go through the breakdown, the rushing attempt breakdown. It's breakdown. Najee's getting most of the breakdown. He's at 48% of the rushing attempts. Najee's had 37 rushing attempts this year, and Justin Fields is behind him with 22 rushing attempts this year. Now, the second running back, which is our prop today, Jaylen Warren, he's had a 14% rushing attempt breakdown with 11 rushing attempts this year. We can see here what the key matchup indicates as well. It's only week 2, so you can't really put all of your eggs in one basket, but you can definitely see when it comes to rushing attempts, LA Chargers are ranked number 3. So when you're looking at a prop and the line is 6.5, right, and they say over, this indicates if that's a good play. If this is whatever this play is, you look here and say if this is a green light, then it gives you a little bit more of a boost in confidence if you aren't watching every game. If you're watching nearly every game like I am, then you got to use your eyes and use your own intelligence as well. But just so you guys know, when you look at this number here, if this is green, so let's say they will rank number 29th in the league, they will say, oh, this is a great prop. They're not going to be able to stop him from getting 7 rushing attempts. But again, it's early in the season, and I have a good idea of what Pittsburgh game script is going to be tomorrow, and I'm really, really confident that he's going to go over this 6.5 line. So with that being said, we're taking Jaylen Warren over 6.5 rushing attempts. Lock it in. All right, guys. Thanks for rocking with me another day. Again, make sure you guys tap in. RotoWire has a free trial and Outlier has a free trial as well. Make sure you guys download these apps, use these free trials to get all the information you need before you put your bets in tonight. Another day, another dollar, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.